Today our topic is letter writing. Suppose when you write a letter writing, first of all we should know that how to write a letter writing, because the letter writing is an art. Whatever we have, our feelings, our opinion, our thoughts, our expressions, we have to write in the form of the letter to anybody. Again, if you observe the types of letters, actually you have two types of letters. One is personal letter and second one is official letter. So personal letter means when you write a letter to your friend, parent, relative, uncle, aunt, or any known person, it's a called personal letter. Official letters means suppose when you write a letter to the SI, municipal commissioner, editor, publisher, manager, director. So for this all the things, whatever we write a letter to unknown people, it's a called official letter. Okay, whenever you write any letter, maybe is it the personal letter or the official letter, we have to follow some major conditions. Among these, the first condition is heading. Heading means simply sender's address is called heading. What is the sender's address? Suppose now if I write a letter to somebody, my address is called send address. Sender's address, and it is also called heading, but it is not the title of the letter. It's a simply sender's address. Again, second thing is salutation. Salutation means we have to give the respect to the elders or youngers when you write a letter to anybody. Suppose if you observe it, okay, when you write a letter to a friend, parents, relatives, or any known person, simply write my dear or dear. But write my dear friend enough, or better dear Ramu, dear Ravi, or my dear Ramu, or my dear Ravi. But don't write my dear friend Ravi, my dear friend Ramu. It's not the correct way. So better to write it only dear Ramu or my dear Ramu. That is enough. Again, when you write a letter to your teachers or headmasters, you have to use a respectful word, that is respected sir or respected madam. Again, next, if you observe the unknown people means sub inspector of police, municipal commissioner, manager, director, or any unknown people, we have to use what is that? Simply dear sir, dear sir, or simply sir only. Dear sir or simply sir only for all unknown people. Simply write dear sir or simply sir. Is it clear? Then third point is body of the letter. What is the body of the letter? So totally whatever just we have to write the content or the information about the letter, it's a called body of the letter. But when you write the body of the letter, we remember a few very important points. The first thing is write any body of the letter as in three parts. One is introduction, second one is a content, third one is conclusion. Okay, means at least write the body of the letter as a 2 or 3 paragraphs. More than that also possible. It depends on content or the question. And fourth thing is subscription. Subscription or leave taking. After the letter, okay, after the letter, in the subscription part, we have to use the different kinds of words. Suppose if you observe it here, friends, parents, relative, or any known person, in the subscription part, we have to write yours lovingly, or yours affectionately, or your loving son, or your loving daughter. But don't keep apostrophe. It's a very, very important thing, and never use the apostrophe when you write a letter to anybody. And at the same time, the first letter should be written capital letter, remaining all letters should be written only small letters. These points just keep it in your mind. Again, yours affectionately, if you want to write it. Again, your loving son or your loving friend, but don't write yours lovingly friend, yours lovingly son. This is wrong. If you want to write friend, son, daughter, write simply your loving son, your loving daughter. Next thing is, when you write a letter to, what is that, teachers or the headmasters, in the subscription part, we have to write yours obediently. Actually, within the 10th class or within the intermediate only, we have to use this yours obediently for the teachers or the headmasters. But if you go for higher education, mean in the degree level or PG level, means in the university level, so in the modern tendency, 100% we are using yours faithfully, yours faithfully. So that's why we kept here in higher education. Next to, if you write a letter to SI, municipal commissioner, editor, manager, director, write simply yours faithfully or yours sincerely. And at the same time, if you take it separately only for the editor, so write simply yours truly, TRULY, yours truly. Fifth condition is superscription or a receiver's address. Means after completion of the letter or after the subscription, so we have to write to address. To address is also called receiver's address. But when you write the to, after this, no need to use any punctuation. Suppose if you write a letter to your friend, see, first write your friend name. Again, father means son of. If you write here means girl name, write daughter of. Means they write father name. Again, door number or house number. Again, next street means suppose old town. Next to whom you are writing means address. So that write clearly Hindupur or Dharmavaram or any other places, you write it clearly. So this is the fifth condition. But anyway, when you write any letter, so we have to follow these five major conditions. First one is heading, second one is salutation, third one is body of the letter, and fourth one is subscription, and fifth one is superscription. Now, by applying this all the condition, how can we write the any formal or informal letter? Now we can see for the example. Okay. Right. Now see the difference for the old and new model. Maybe old new model maximum now just we have been using. It's a new model. Maybe some people they say that American method or the black method or fully black method, like that we are using with the different names. But anyway, first of all, we want to know the difference for the old and new model. So here both we are taking personal letters only. Suppose in the old model, if we observe it, so here say right side means at the end of the right side, first house number and street, town, after that one line space and write date. Whenever you start the first line at one particular place, the remaining lines also should be started from the same space. But anyway, this address should be written at the end of the right side. Again, if you observe the salutation part, from the margin onwards, because some children they get some confusion and some children they start from the middle and some children by giving the space they write it. No need that all the things. Whenever you observe that margin from the one particular place, from the margin you have to start my dear Irfan or my dear friend or dear Irfan, like that only should write it the clearly. But write the first letter is the capital letter, again in the name write as a capital. Okay, so that is salutation. Again, if you observe it, the body of the letter, introduction. Introduction, number of points, whatever you have to write, we have to write it. Suppose I am fine here, Okay, I'm studying well, I'm doing well. What about you? How is your studies? How is your health? Okay, I hope you are the happy and pleasant atmosphere. Okay, so like that, whatever you just get an idea about the introduction, you have to write the 3 or 4 lines. Again, content means based on the question, we have to write content part. And conclusion. What's the conclusion in the personal letter? So convey my regards to your parents and the best wishes to your sweetie or Buji or any other nickname. So write that like a content. Again, last in the personal letter, no need to use thanking you. In the personal letter, no need to use that thanking you. And write simply yours lovingly, yours lovingly. After that, this is signature. But in 10th class, no need to use that signature because we don't have the right to use name or any signature in 10th class. Instead of that, better to keep it only cross marks. Then after that, again come to the left side, to address. To, when you start the to means after that to, no need to use any punctuation. Write simply your friend name, father name, door number, street, town. Like that, when you start from one particular place, remaining all lines should be started from the same space. So this is the one method or the performer to the personal letter in the old model. At the same time, if you observe the difference for the new model, what is the new model and what are the changes? Means simply here in the old model, this address means sender's address we have written on the right side, but here no need, write only from the left side. Everything from the margin onwards only. Everything. Whenever you start one particular line, means starting the first letter as a capital letter, remaining all letters should be written capital letter. But only one important thing is you have to give the sufficient space for each and every condition. Say suppose your house number, street, town. After that, just give sufficient space, 1 or 2 lines. Again, date. Again, after that, just give 1 or 2 lines. Again write salutation. Again write introduction. Means for this also 1 or 2 lines space. Introduction, content, conclusion. Again next yours lovingly. Means that completely this. Again next signature. After that same to address. So like this completely every line or every condition you have to start only from the margin onwards only. Okay, never write on right side. And one more thing, in the new model, punctuations are very important. Means here compulsory you have to use it, the punctuation. Because if you observe in the public examinations, separately to use the punctuations, at least they allot half mark or 1 mark only to keep the punctuation. But in the new model, punctuation is the child's wish. If he wants to write it, he wants to use or he wants to keep for all every line or way it's necessary, he wants to use it. Otherwise, just leave it to all. Means here punctuation is not compulsory. He has the fully power to write in whatever he wants to write in the new model. But old model not be like that. Punctuations are very, very important. Okay, so this is the difference for the old and new model. Is it clear? Right.